topic focuses on staying on track. Staying on track. What does that mean to every one of us? Staying on track. I have a few quotes that I'm just going to run through. Stay on track on your journey, and you will lead to a successful destination. And to stay on track simply means that consistency is key and very critical to stay on track. And I know we all have goals that we have set. We're entering the month of September, which is absolutely an amazing thing. A bundle of blessings that we've been waiting for this year is awaiting you. So I hope that you're on track based on your goal. And if you're not, go and check it out and see what are you not on track on and how can you get back on track. So can I have the Zoom master today to share our Toastmasters promise? Toastmaster Wale or Diom Tell. That's the next thing you do. Toastmaster Salamatu. After you put a charge, you ask for the slide for the Toastmasters promise. All right. And while it's been projected, one of the things that we do as LEARNTOR Toastmaster, I will take one. Somebody else should unmute. So I would say everybody on mute so you can go next instead of waiting for someone to go next. Just go next, okay? And that's how we stay on track at LEARNTOR Toastmasters. So you're welcome to today's meeting. We start with the National Pledge, then the Toastmasters Promise. So the National Pledge, I will say it, you echo it out. And the Toastmasters Promise, I will take a line, you take a line, and we'll proceed from there. All right? We good? We good? Can I get some we good in the chat? Can I get some we're good to go? Go, go, go. Can I get some go in the chat section? Fantastic. Thank you. Fantastic. Oh, yeah, I'm excited about today. So I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all of my strength, to defend their unity and uphold their honor and glory. So help me God. Thank you so much. So now on to the Toastmasters Promise. As we proceed with the Toastmasters Promise, then we will now proceed. I take a line, you will take a line. As a member of Toastmaster International and my club, I promise to attend club meeting regularly.
To prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program.
To prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments.
To provide fellow Toast members
constructive evaluations.
To help the club maintain its positive, friendly, and conducive environment necessary for all members to learn and grow.
To serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so.
To treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy.
To bring guests to meetings so they can see the benefits that Toastmasters membership.
To adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs.
And to act within Toastmasters' core value of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of Toastmasters activity. Thank you all for participating in taking the Toastmasters Promise. And now, can I have the profile of our Toastmaster of the day while I do the honor of inviting the Toastmaster of the day to the virtual lantern? Jagaban, nice to have you in the meeting. DTM Ariet, DTM Chidi Chukudimadu, all our esteemed guests. Thank you for being here. Toastmaster Wale Thomas?
Just a moment.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good. Good.
Okay, our TMOD for today, which is Toastmaster of the Day, is Distinguished Toastmaster Chidi Chukudi Madu. Chidi is a strategically minded financial professional with over decades experience and proven expertise in project, performance, and people management. She joined Toastmasters in 2016 and has served in various capacities at and division level. She is the immediate past Division F Director and currently serves as the District 94 Club Extension Chair, CGD1. She has achieved proficiency in 5 paths, which is incredible feat. And everybody was like, wow. And in a multiple crown, and she is a multiple triple crown award recipient, which I'm hoping to get 1 this year. She has achieved the Distinguished Toastmaster Award in the traditional program and pathways. She was the District 94 2020-21 Silver Crown Award recipient, completing most paths in the district. She enjoys movies, dance, books, and combat sports. Her personal mantra is Kaizen, which is continuous improvement. The Toastmaster of the day, the virtual floor is yours. Oh.
Are you sure she's on the call?
Oh, sorry. I should have invited the president first, and she was the one. I got excited. Toastmaster, please permit me to bring up Madam President. I need a fine. So, Toastmaster Lamatu, you see, we are all learning. Nobody has the epitome of knowledge, and it's okay to fail.
Yeah, I've never paid attention to these rules, so I want to shadow today. And subsequently,
I'm telling you that I did not do it well as well.
You didn't. It's okay. Mistake is allowed.
Yes, mistake is allowed. Yes, know that we are all here to learn. Please, can I have the profile of Madam President first? My sincere apologies. Madam President, I know I should pay a fine for that. Because I know better. However, knowing better is not always the solution, is it? So permit me to bring on board Madam President Elizabeth Iwoha, aka Queen of Smiles. She's a member of LEARNTOR Toastmasters. She joined Toastmasters in 2021, and she currently is the serving club president. And some things that you do not know that is not on this profile, permit me, is she is equally a customer relationship officer, and our primary focus in 2023 is, I hope she's on track based on the topic of this meeting, is living a soft life, career development, and community service. Are you on track, Madam President? And the floor is yours. My sincere apologies. You see, we all learn. Nobody's perfect. Floor is yours.
It's very fine, Toastmaster Mercy. Thank you so much, Madam IPP, for playing that role. And you are not having a fine, because like the theme of this year for us at LEARNTOR is we learn together, we grow together, and we achieve success together. So we're learning. Thank you. That being said, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests from this side of the world. Good afternoon, and welcome to our very first meeting for the month of September, the last quarter of 2023. Madam ITP asked the question if I am on track with my primary focus for 2023. Yes, I am on track. Right now, I am living a soft life, and it is going on very well. I am on track also with my community service, because I am serving the club and as well serving other communities. So I am still on track. I'll start with a quote of Jim Rohn, which says, motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. It's the 9th month of the year. We were all motivated to start up something this year. Have we been keeping the habit of staying to what we planned for 2023? Is a big question. And that's why the theme of this month's meeting, is quite important to us. Staying on track to finish your 2023 stronger even than you started. That's the theme. Well, for this meeting, I wouldn't be the one talking much about the theme for today because I'm excited to let you all know that at LEARNTOR, we keep innovating and we keep bringing out things, something new to our meeting, which is why this day we're beginning the meeting with a new segment in LEARNTOR Toastmasters, which is known as the first word. The first word is for someone to come, a member to come and explain to us and give us a little talk on what the theme of the day is. No other person to begin this for us. She had already been introduced earlier, and she would equally be serving as the TMOD for today's meeting. So I wouldn't want to go into her bio. But before I call on her, I would like to recognize the presence of distinguished Toastmasters in the house. All the way from Abuja, we have DTM, the Jagaban himself of Toastmasters Nigeria, DTM Olu Joseph, who is present here with us, the PQD of Division E. We have Toastmaster Farah from Egypt here with us, so we recognize your presence, and all presidents, all Toastmasters here, and especially our guests present. You're welcome to this meeting. As I now hand over the meeting to the person who would take us to the first word of today's meeting and will be our host for today's meeting. I wish us all a splendid meeting. Thank you. And the virtual lantern is yours, our DTM Chidi Chikudi Madu.
Thank you most graciously, Madam President. Jolly good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. If you can hear my voice.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam.
If you can
Good
hear
afternoon.
my voice,
Good
I want you
afternoon,
to
madam.
do something for me.
Good afternoon, madam.
Before I unveil my face, I know you're all used to my face, right? But let's do something. Take this to another level. Before I come on, before my video comes on, I want us to do something. It's the first Sunday in the month of September, and our team says, stay on track. Interestingly, this is my birth month. So I feel like the Queen, permit me, Madam President, to use the term Queen. I know you're the Queen of Smiles, but today, I'm the Queen of the month of September. And I want us to do something. Please put on your videos if you can. And for the next 1 minute, I want everyone to be into one person's video. So just identify one person. Look at that person very well. I will come back to you and I will ask you something about the person. Now, note that if just pick someone that you probably have not interacted with. So, for example, if I call Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, I don't want to hear her tell me anything about Toastmaster Mercy or Toastmaster Liz, because I know you know these people. Toastmaster Wale Thomas, I don't want to hear you tell me about Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, or tell me about Toastmaster Mercy, or tell me about Toastmaster Olu Joseph. No, somebody random, but not something about that person. Go to the chat box, drop a note for the person. Attention the person. So, dear Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, I love your hairstyle. I love the dress you're wearing. Oh, I love the smile on your face. I want us to do that for the next 1 minute, and then I'll come and we'll discuss staying on track. Let's go. 1 minute. I'm looking at the chat box. I'm looking at the chat box. And I want to see this love notes flying. I want to see the love notes flying. What? Toastmaster Olu Joseph. Now I know why you're.
Now I know why we have the same energy. We own the month.
Awesome. Oh, my dear Toastmaster Abraham, you have a lovely smile. That's spectacular. All right. People, let's just keep it moving. Let's just keep it going. But I want us to do something very quickly. Let us discuss about staying on track. And like Madam President, this segment is really for us to speak a bit, just very lightly for the next 5 minutes, speak about the theme of the meeting. I love that Toastmaster Mercy already sort of kickstarted that discussion by asking the question, hope you're on track, and what does staying on track mean? The theme of the meeting stays staying on track. How do you stay on track? Imagine you're watching an athletics competition, right? It's a 100-meter race. And you see athletics Jagaban. Who knows her? There's this very beautiful lady that has been representing Nigeria. She holds the world record for 100 meters, 200 meters. Who knows who she is?
Toby Amosun.
Toby Amosun.
Toby.
So I didn't hear you.
Amosun Toby.
Toby Amosun.
So can you please repeat yourself? Sorry.
Toby Amosun.
Oh, fantastic. So you follow, yes. So imagine the whistle blows and she takes off. She's on lane 2. And before you know it, she's in lane 1. Before you know it, she's in lane 3. Before you know it, she's in lane 5. What will come to your mind? Just imagine watching that race. What will you think? Can someone tell me?
She's not on track and she'll be disqualified.
And what would you expect of her? As a Nigerian watching her, you know that this is the person representing my country. This is a superstar. She's always representing, and then you're seeing her dance from lane to lane, track to track. What would you expect of her? Someone who's supposed to be on track 2 and she's suddenly on track 4. What would you expect if she really has to win that race or avoid disqualification? What would you expect?
Stay on track.
Stay on
and keep
track.
our eyes focused.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Wale Thomas. See, don't make me call names. Toastmaster Wale Thomas is not the only one here, right? Now, staying on track basically just means keeping your eyes on the goal, right? And it's not just about keeping your eyes on the goal, it's by staying in the present, staying in the moment. The truth is, life is going to hit us with so many balls. You have challenges, you will face challenges. Suddenly you find yourself moving at 10 miles per hour, and then you find yourself running at 200 miles per hour. It's life, and it's natural that it would happen. But what do you have to do? What do you need to do to make sure that you are back in your lane? Just as I use athletics, if Toby Amosu does not want to be disqualified, she has to find her way back to lane 2. And that means she has to be conscious of the other athletes who are running on their lanes, because if she doesn't watch out, she's going to bump into them. And this happens with us in life. Let's face it. In our personal lives, in our professional lives, in our social lives, our spiritual lives, we need to know how to stay on track. And what does this mean? We need to hold ourselves accountable. Do not blame someone else if things happen to you. We make mistakes or things are not going the way it should. Do not blame someone else. Do not blame yourself. But hold yourself accountable and know that you are the one who gets to write your story. You are the one who gets to tell your story. You should tell your story how you want it to be told, where you want it to be told, and when you want it to be told. Do not let someone else be the author of your story, because your life is your story. Each day gives us an opportunity. I love to say that each day is a fresh day to educate, to innovate, to elevate, and to leave a mark. How do you do these things? It's by understanding first what you seek to achieve. So what's your goal for the year 2023? What is your goal for the month of September? What is your goal for this new week, the week 2?
in September, what's your goal for today? Do you have these goals breaking down to the minute details, down to those, I need to do this before I do this. I need to wake up in the morning and I need to work out for 5 minutes. I need to take a 5-minute walk. I need to rest. I need to make sure that I take a me time to unwind, to meditate, and to just go through my activities and make sure that I am not missing out on anything, or I am not losing out on anything, or I'm not missing anything. And one way we can do this, beyond being accountable or holding ourselves accountable, is to know when to ask for help, ask for support. Because no man should function as an island. If you think you have the capacity to carry life alone, you will break down before you know what's hitting you. But if you share your burden with family, with your mentors, with a coach, if you share this burden and you have someone that you know that you can always talk to, irrespective of what it is, and the person will give you a listening ear, by all means, please key into that. Also, if you have a task, there's something that I've learned very recently to say, if you have a task that will take less than 2 minutes to do, just do it immediately. Don't procrastinate, don't postpone it, say, oh, I'll do it later. Because if you keep pushing your 2 minutes, 1 minute tasks to later, before you know it, they become so jumbled up that they become tasks that will then take 1 hour. Or you miss out on those little wins that you should celebrate. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is a new month, right? And I know we all, January, we assume January to be the first start of the year. We write all the year resolutions. I want to do this, I want to do that. But every new day and every new month is an opportunity for you to actually do what takes stock. If you notice you're not on track, no matter what it is, you want to start a new program, you want to start a new job, or you want to flesh up your CV, you want to start a club, whatever it is, you want to start speaking, oh, I've completed part 1, I want to start the second part, or I've completed level 1, I need to go to level 2. You need to do what? Do a review, continuous review, so that the moment you realize that, oh, I am not on track, you need to take a step back, look around you, gather yourself, and make sure that, oh, I need to go back to my track, because what? I want to be able to win, and then celebrate myself and be celebrated. So fellow Toastmasters, think, act, live, tracking. Just make sure that everything you do, you stay on track. Hold yourself accountable. Seek for support when there is need. Document your plans. Do a continuous review. And that would help you ensure that you are on track in every aspect of your life. Thank you for the opportunity to be your first word speaker. I would now give control back to Madam President, Toastmaster Liz.
Wow, thank you so kindly, DTM TV, for that. Thank you. Thank you really for making us know that we need to continuously review and then seek the help of mentors. And this is what Toastmasters does for us. We have mentors in Toastmasters who would always help us check our track. And of course, most importantly, we need to celebrate ourselves when we achieve something. Thank you really kindly for doing that. And I hope that a lot of us have written some things down and we'll work with this to see that we end the year 2023 in a wonderful way. Thank you very kindly. So fellow Toastmasters and guests, right now, it's time to begin the meeting properly and to call on our TMOD, who her bio had earlier been read, and she's the same person who just gave us a speech on the first word, keeping track, staying on track. So I wouldn't want to take much of our time reading her bio. I would just like to call her back to the virtual lantern, and I'd like us to give her an applaud emojis, give her a love note. We started with love notes today, so let's give her those love notes in the chat room as she comes up to standing as the TMOD for the day. So it's back to you, the ever delectable TMOD, DTM, double DTM, Chidi, Chikudi, Madi. Virtual lantern is here. Oh, the queen of the month. And of course, the Toastmaster LEARNTOR Toastmaster face for the month of August 2023. Okay, back to you, CMTV.
Thank you most graciously, Madam President. Good evening, good afternoon once again, fellow Toastmasters. Right? I'm excited to be here to serve as the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. I must mention that this role was not a volunteer role. Somehow, Toastmasters just felt the need to just take it. You don't have a choice. But I'm excited that I'm playing the role. Like, it's very interesting. You know, sometimes when we're given the opportunity to volunteer for certain responsibilities, we just shy away from it. Not because we don't want to, but because you're calculating. I would rather want to be, not be in the limelight. I'd rather be behind and just enjoy the flow, enjoy the show. But now I'm the one who has to make sure that everybody has fun today. And I'm going to try my best to make sure everyone does have fun. So if at any point in this meeting you feel like, the energy is low, I'm not feeling it, I'm not having fun, please feel free, just go to the chat box and just let me know. I'm giving you some authority, right? I want to be in chat, but I'm giving you authority. Just go to the chat box and drop and tell me, no, Madam TM, this meeting is dulling. It's not fire, it's not catchy. There's no fun in here because we want everybody to have fun today, right? So as the Toastmaster of the day, I will anchor today's session and make sure that we all have a good time and we all, at the end of the meeting, will remember to stay on track in everything we do. Well, first, we have to stay on track on this meeting. Let's not derail. For the interest of our guests on the call, Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization that's started in a little room, a group of friends who thought that it would be beneficial to have a place where people can come together, an environment that is fun, an environment that is welcoming for people to learn the art of public speaking and improve on their leadership skills. Toastmasters is over 100 years old, and we have Toastmasters Club in over 140 clubs, 140 countries. And this LEARNTOR Toastmasters is one club in Western Nigeria under Division F. We're under District 94, which covers West and Central Africa. So if you're here, you're in the right place. Just relax and enjoy this meeting with us. As Toastmaster of the day, I would not anchor today's meeting alone. I have a team of distinguished Toastmasters who will ensure that one of the interesting segments of the Toastmasters meeting, which is evaluation, is well anchored. I will be the face of the meeting, but I have a team who will make sure that we have an opportunity to improve on whatever we do here today. And the lead of that team is the general evaluator, who will come and introduce her role and her team members to us today. A general evaluator is a mother. She's a lifelong learner. She's a young lady who's passionate about being a better version of herself. She currently serves as the Vice President membership of our innovative club. Our general evaluator for today is Toastmaster Okpeyemi. Toastmaster Okpeyemi is a self-motivated business developer. She has creativity to grow businesses while offering support to customers, and I can attest to that. She enjoys advocating for mental health. She loves counseling teenagers. If you do not know, this young lady won the international speech contest and represented the club at the area level in the last Monday. Please join me to welcome to the virtual lectern, the rising star for the 2022-2023 year, Toastmaster Okpeyemi, to introduce her role and the rest of our team. Madam General Evaluator, you have the virtual lectern.
Thank you so dearly for the splendid the introduction, the Toastmaster of the day. Jolly good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm so delighted, and I understand that we are all here to learn, because Toastmaster is a place where we can all keep evolving. While we are being taught to keep staying on track, a lot of things will keep coming our ways to distract us. And if you think you are doing well and you have it all figured out, there's always a voice in you that will inevitably at some point ask you questions like, but wait, I'm actually doing it well. Can I do better than I am doing now? Don't ever dismiss that voice. Rather, listen to what it has to tell you. Life will never be close enough to perfect. There's going to be always ups and downs. It's going to be smooth. It means stepping out of your comfort zone, stepping out of yourself and considering your own wrongs, your own flaws, your own wrongdoings. You know, that is what we have to do as continuous learners. And I have a splendid team of evaluators with me today who will be doing a great job to listen to your speeches, who will be critically examining our performance and also recommending better way of doing what we know how to do best. And with me today, I have the grammarian, Toastmaster Abraham. Wow. Playing the role of the grammarian, it's a lot, because playing the role of the grammarian involves you understanding the architecture of the people, and Toastmaster to play the role of the grammarian and the word of the day. And I understand, I trust that he will be doing a great job today, playing the role for us today. Toastmaster Abraham is an innovation expert, a software developer, is multi-talented, is an award winner, a multi-award winner, is an excellence in one person, right? Is excellence in a person, is such an inspiration to many of us young people. And you playing the role of the grammarian today, I understand that, yeah, this is going to be excellent. Wow, taken from the word of the day, and even from how it's going to be excellently putting all the best into its role. Over to you, Toastmaster Abraham, as you explain your role to us.
Okay, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am Abraham, and I'll be your grammarian for today. Should I just introduce the word of the day and my role?
Please do.
Okay. The word of the day is convivial. Convivial. It's an adjective of an atmosphere or event. Can be used as friendly, lively, and enjoyable. For example, we had a convivial Toastmasters meeting last time. We had a convivial Toastmasters meeting last time. Of a person can be used as cheerful, friendly, or jovial. For example, Helen was convivial, affable, and engaging. Helen was convivial, affable, and engaging. My role as a grammarian is to introduce the word of the day, to track the correct and incorrect usage of the word. I'll also be checking the use of grammar and the use of language during the course of the meeting. And towards the end of the meeting, I'll give a report on my observation. I'm so excited to take this role today. This is actually my first role in the Toastmasters Club, and I'll be looking forward to a convivial meeting. Thank you. And back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so delightfully. The grammarian, Toastmaster Abraham, presented the word of the day in a very convivial manner. Thank you so daily. And as we go on, we are going to be introducing the timer for today. The timer will be helping us to keep track of our performance with the use of time. And as we all know, or as we all precisely, the timer is an HR consultant with over 10 years professional work experience across customer relationship management. She's a Triple Crown holder and has won awards during the Toastmasters year 2022-2023 executive session. She loves sightseeing, wow, beautiful, and exploring life and also meeting people. She's somebody I respect a lot, and I can say that playing this role as a timer, she's going to be doing a great job. And as she comes up to the lectern to introduce our role better to us. Toastmaster LEARNTOR, over to you.
Great afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. And my name is Toby, as introduced, and I am the timer for today. As we all know, the essence of time is life. And time is one thing that we all want more of, but we use worst of. So today, I'm going to be managing the time throughout a session. I'll be taking note of the time for the table topics for the speeches and all the sessions of the meeting. All right, so in the course of the meeting, I'll be flagging some of the colors that you'll be seeing. So once you see the green flag, just know that you are right on time. Once you see the yellow flag, know that you should be wrapping up. Thank you, Toastmaster Wale. And once you see the red flag, you have less than 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. So for the table topics, we have 2 minutes. Anyone that is taking table topics, just know that you have 2 minutes. Once is 1 minute, I'm going to be flashing the green card. Once is 1 minute 30 seconds, you will see the yellow card. Once is 2 minutes, you see the red card. And the icebreakers is 4 to 6 minutes. And mostly the prepared speeches will be between 5 to 7 minutes. So prepared speeches, just bear in mind, once it's 5 minutes, you see my green card. Once it's 6 minutes, you see the yellow card. At 7 minutes, you see the red card. Just wrap up immediately. And those that will be taking the evaluations and reviews, you have just 2 to 3 minutes. And please bear in mind, once it's 2 minutes, you see my green card, kindly wrap up so we can finish on time. So at the end of the session, I'll be back with my report. Thank you so much. We look forward to an engaging session. Over to you, my general evaluator.
Thank you so kindly. My timer, Toastmaster LEARNTOR, will be doing a great job with timing today. And I can say again that this team is such a convivial team who will be delivering excellence for us today. So I just want you to feel free and be relaxed as you present your speeches, and also you also come out to do your best. Next, we'll be having the Arcanter. The Arcanter, if you don't know, is the president, 5,000 shoulder pad, right? The president of the LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. Oh my God, is somebody excited, right?
I'm blushing already.
She's also, yeah, thank you, Toastmaster. So, and she's also the she's also a customer relationship officer who believes excellence should be put into everything that she does, meeting people and delivering a great job. She believes our primary focus for 2023 is living a soft life and career development, and also community service. O of excellence. If you really want to learn how to live a soft life, please consult her. Not talk of community development and career development. Yeah, I'm already spotlighting my president. Please don't come for me. All right, so I'll be introducing. I'll want her to introduce Aro to us as an accountant. Over to you.
Thank you very kindly, Madam GE. Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good afternoon once again. So my role as accountant for today is, what is R and what is count? I will be counting the R's. Now, what's the R? The R's are those filler words that distract our listeners from our speeches. In Toastmasters, we encourage that after you speak, you take a pause. You could smile and continue your speech rather than use the word, you say things, you're going fast, and then you're, and, oh, all those things are filler words, and then they distract the message getting to your listener. So what I would be doing today at this meeting is to look out for those words that you are not having pauses for. I would encourage you, be on track, stay on track, give pauses, smile while giving your speeches, and we'll have less accounting words or filler words at this meeting. I'm looking forward to you making the meeting a convivial one with those pauses and smiles. Thank you very kindly. It's back to you, the Journal Evaluator.
Thank you so much, dearly. The accountant for today. An important personality is going to be taking the role of the listening evaluator to help us to keep track of how well we have been listening to the speakers and to everything that has been said today. And no other person, Dan, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. Wow, she is energy pro. Toastmaster Oluwatoyin is a corporate sales executive with over 5 years experience in the field of product proposition development. She has worked for leading health institutions, financial institutions, and she just completed her graduate studies at the international marketing, graduate studies in international marketing, in Roberts Gordon University at Scotland in UK. She's currently serving as the student president of education and welfare at RGU Student Union. I enjoy calling her the immediate past president, because once you're a president, you're forever a president. Over to you, Toastmaster Toyin, as you share your role on the listening evaluator.
Thank you very kindly, Madam G. Thank you so much. Good afternoon once again, everyone. My role as a listening evaluator is very simple. I am here to listen and to show and to prove how much you listen. It was Diogenes, the Greek philosopher, that said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Therefore, we should do more listening than speaking. And today I will be doing that. As you may have observed, I have been doing more of listening than speaking. I will be listening, and at the end of the meeting, I'll come back to test our listening skills. So I implore you to listen. I know the meeting is quite a convivial one, but I do not want anyone to get distracted, as there are so many nuggets and words of wisdom that are being dropped. So please try as much as possible to listen, because I'll be back to test your knowledge. Thank you, and back to you, my general evaluator.
Thank you, dearly, my listening evaluator. Somebody said the mentor of president. Oh, God. All right, so thank you for taking your time to listen to the roles of my team members as on the evaluation team. And I understand very well that we are good students and we are going to be proving ourselves as good students. So even when our evaluators are going to be coming up to give us a report of our performance, we are going to be doing greatly and showing our teachers, our evaluators, that yes, we are superb. And I'm sure you will not fold my hands, right? It's time for us to be ourselves in a convivial environment, in a convivial meeting, and deliver the best. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you most graciously, Madam General Evaluator. And thank you to you and your team for introducing your roles in a convivial manner. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the typical Toastmasters meeting is split into 3 segments. Oh, that's the basic. Most clubs have 4 segments, 5 segments, depending on the style of the theme of the meeting. For us today, we have 3 segments. We will have a prepared speech segment, we'll have the table topic segment, and we'll have the evaluation segment. You have met the evaluation team. They will come back at the end of the speeches to give us feedback on how we have fared, bearing in mind that whatever is not measured cannot be improved. So thank you very kindly, the evaluation team led by our general evaluator, for the introduction of your roles and doing that convivially. Let's move on to our segment number 1. It's prepared speech segment. For this segment, we have Toastmasters who have taken time to prepare their speeches, written their speeches. They have rehearsed the speeches, reviewed them with their mentors, and today they're here to thrill us. I believe that these Toastmasters are on track in their educational journey, right? For them to actually have prepared speeches to come to speak, it means they're on track. And if you are not on track in your Toastmasters educational journey, this is an opportunity for you to do what? Jump out from the off track and get back on track. Let's move on. Our first speaker for today. Oh, it's loaded. This segment is loaded. We have 3 very beautiful speeches by 3 very delectable young ladies, and these speakers are ready. They're ready to knock their speeches off the park. Let us meet our first speaker. Our first speaker today is the beautiful Toastmaster Titi. If you've heard Toastmaster Titi speak, then you know you're in for a treat. And if you've heard her debates, oh Lord, you would know that this person is somebody who does not take her educational journey for granted. She does it in a convivial manner. She's cool, she's calm, she's collected, and she'll make sure that you take a thing or two away from her speech. She is the president of Ikeja Toastmasters Club. She is an entrepreneur. If you love food and you have not eaten Toastmaster Titi's food, you are not a foodie. I'm telling you, free of charge, you are not. If you've not tested it, just make sure that you get her contact today after her speech. So you're going to be enjoying double dose. You enjoy the speech and enrich your intellectuality. And then you enjoy her food to enrich your tumility and your body. Join me to welcome to the virtual lecture our first speaker. But before she comes on, I want to introduce her evaluator, who will give us the objective of her speech. Toastmaster Titi will be evaluated by the table topics champion, a man who will always, he will pay you to participate in the table topic segment. Please join me to welcome Toastmaster Wale Thomas to give us the objective of Toastmaster Titi's speech.
Thank you very much. DTM Chidi Chukudimadu. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Thank you. Toastmaster Titilayo Ekundayo. The purpose of our speech is to apply the feedback from the first speech, work on it, and apply it to the second speech. But the main purpose is to deliver a well-organized speech on any topic and incorporate the feedback from their previous evaluation. She is also to present the same speech, a revision of their first evaluation, and feedback speech or a new speech. So, Toastmaster Titilayo Ekundayo, I'm looking forward to a convivial speech from you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you most graciously, Toastmaster Wale Thomas, for that very warm introduction of the objectives of Toastmaster Titi's speech. Toastmaster Titilayo, you have control of the virtual lectern. Take it away.
Thank you, the Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. May I ask you a question? If you were to pick 3 top schools without thinking of the financial implications from anywhere in the globe, what schools would you pick? Would the school that the great American actor Matt Damon, or the great poet Ralph Emerson, or the first Black American president of America, Barack Obama, or Mark Zuckerberg, will you pick the school that they attended? I would pick that. The great Harvard University. Yes, I can see Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. She has Harvard on her list too. Have you ever wondered what makes Harvard Harvard? Or why, as an Harvard graduate, you are guaranteed of a high-paying job? I can tell you for sure, it's not because it's one of the oldest universities in America. It is because the custodians were intentional about the kind of university they wanted to build. They wanted an experience. They wanted to attract the best minds from all over the world to shape them into high achievers and great leaders. Little wonder, Harvard University, their endowment fund as of 2023 is bigger than the Nigerian budget. A whopping $50.9 billion. The custodians were intentional about excellence. The great Greek philosopher sums up the lesson I've learned from the intentionality of the custodians of Harvard. He says, excellence is never an accident. It is the result of high intentions, of sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It is choosing a wise choice over many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines destiny. Aristotle said it excellently. From the Harvard story, I have found that in order to create something beyond the ordinary, you have to be intentional. Are you one of the people that believe that the ember months are faster than the other months, like we say in this part of the world? People would go ahead to defend this illogical statement by saying, once it's September, before you say Jack Robinson, it's Christmas. Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year. Unfortunately, for my friend Mosu, Christmas will go down for the next couple of years as one of the worst days of her life. December 2020, I got a call that got me God. I said a quick prayer for Mosun. Mosun stays in K2, but she usually spends a good chunk of her time with her mom in Aja. And every morning, like mothers do, her mom will come to her room at 6:30 to wake her up, gist with her, and pray for her. On this fateful morning, it was the usual time my mom comes to her room, but I've not seen mommy this morning. Let me go and tease her. So Musun goes, and she check. Mommy is not here. She's not in her room. Where can she be? The doors are locked. She has not gone out. Oh, she might be in the bathroom. Let me go and say hi. As she opens the bathroom door, right there on the floor was her mom. She has obviously hit her head, and she was already growing cold. Very fast, she was rushed to the hospital, but on the way, she was gone. As I sat down there through the barrier, trying to be strong for my friend, I was weeping profusely on the inside. Why? This woman would never see her daughter get married or carry a grandchild. But I find solace in the fact that Mosun spent a lot of time with her mom. But I can't say the same for myself. So right there and then, I made the decision to spend time with my parents. Yes, I will always be busy. Yes, there'll be this meeting, that deadline, that meeting, that thing to do. But my parents will not always be there. And in those moments, I found the words of the great American writer, Alan Cohen, to be true. He says, when the intention is clear, so is the way. I am no less busy. In fact, I'm busier. But because of my intentionality, I found time to spend a weekend, 2 days, sometimes it's a long call, to listen to my father's many, many, many stories, and to my mom's hot neighborhood gist. And I know that one day, not very soon, I hope and I pray, I will look back to those moments, hungering to hear his voice, to hear the hidden wisdom in those stories. In conclusion, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, to be intentional is to be exceptional. If you're looking for a man who was intentional about nation building, I'll show you Nelson Mandela. If you're looking for a man who was purposeful about human rights, I will show you Martin Luther King. If you're looking for a woman who is purposeful, who is intentional about a Toastmasters journey, I'll show you TM Chidimadu, DTM, who has what double distinguished Toastmaster. Intentionality is the difference between merely existing and living, the Toastmaster.
Wow, thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Titi. Did I say it or did I say it? Intentionality is the difference between living and staying alive. Be intentional. And for you to stay on track, you have to be intentional. Talk about tying the topic of your speech to the theme of the meeting. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, for the next minute, please use the chat box to drop love notes for Toastmaster Titi. Just let her know what you enjoyed about her speech. Remember to use the Toastmaster CRC method. Commend what she's done right and recommend areas that you think she can do better. Remember, feedback, not advice. Feedback, not advice. 1 minute. Timer, please put us on the clock. Once 1 minute is up, we will move on to our second speaker. Toastmasters and guests, please remember to drop your love notes in a convivial manner. We want to encourage our speakers, and I believe that Toastmaster Titi has delivered a beautiful, spiffy, and an insightful speech. You know, when she asked us about dropping your 3, ignore the finance, drop the free school, university you want to attend, anywhere in the world, like, maybe Toastmaster Titi wants to give us sponsorship to just go to school. I'm like, hey, see me here. Let me be one of the first people that will drop my school. Oh, Toastmaster Titi, you spoke about Harvard. I have Harvard on my list. And I have it there, and I'm a very intentional person, you know.
TMOD, I dropped my own test before you.
See now, can you see? Hey, that was Titi, you have got something else here. But thank you for that very beautiful speech, and thank you for reminding us or telling us to be intentional about what we do. You actually embody this in your speech. I believe you're intentional about preparing this speech. I heard the speech, your first speech, I heard it, and I can confirm that you have incorporated the feedback that you received from that speech. So, well, Mr. Evaluator, sorry, I was going off track. I have to go. I'll come back on track. I'm back on track. Don't worry, I'm back on track. All right. Madam Timer is at 1 minute up. People, please drop those love notes. I'm looking at the chat box. I'm looking at that chat box. You know, it was physical meetings. We'll use paper. Now we're making life easy for you and you are going paperless. Use the chat box. Drop your love notes. So, Mr. Abraham, have you dropped your love note? I can see your face. You're looking handsome and dashing this afternoon. Go and drop your love notes. I'm looking at it. I'm looking for your name on that list, on the chat box. I'm looking for your name. I have 1 minute.
Yes,
I have 1 minute. So just go and drop your love note. Drop your love notes. People, let's keep dropping it. If you don't have anything to say, Toastmaster Titi, I love your glasses and I love your hair. I'll tell you a story about me and red hair one day. He refused to write. He refused. My hair like me and you in this world. No way, I'm not going anywhere. But I see people red hair like story of my life. Can you imagine? What have I done? What do I do? All right, let's move on. Please keep the love notes going. Just let's celebrate Toastmaster Titi. Toastmaster Liz, okay, you're allowed to be an Oliver Twist if it has to do with Toastmaster Titi's food. Please, those people who have not eaten it, they don't know what they're missing. If there's one thing I miss right now, it was Titi's food. I remember those days. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to our second speech for the day. Our second speaker. People, are you ready? Are you ready? If you're ready, give me a thumbs up. Because this person that's about to come on. This person that is about to come on, plus her evaluator, they are on another level, soft life children. And they are intentional about the soft life. They are staying on track on this soft life. Our second speaker for today is Toastmaster Chidima, a very beautiful and soft-spoken young lady, who I believe is also intentional about her personal growth. She's intentional about herself. When you hear her speak, you will agree with me that she's not only a convivial lady, but she's someone who's passionate about being a better version of herself. Before she comes up on the virtual lectern, I want to introduce or call on her evaluator to please give us the objective of her speech. And her evaluator is the Queen of Smiles herself, President, one and only. Every other president is a counterfeit. Please join. Okay, Toastmaster Titi, please don't be angry. I know you are here, but don't be angry. Pamela, don't be angry. Allow me. I will hyper because she's my president. Jerry is welcome to the virtual lecture. Yes. Liz to give us the objective of Toastmaster Chidima's speech.
Thank you very kindly, our TMOD, and of course, the special advisor to the president of LEARNTOR. I guess that's why you're hyping. Okay, so I'll go straight to the assignment, fellow Toastmasters and guests. TM Chidima, the purpose of her speech, this is an icebreaker speech, and the purpose of her speech is for the member to introduce herself to the club, basically to let us know why she's here. So what I would be looking out for is more on her stories, and I know TM Chidima has taken her time to practice this with her evaluator, with her mentor. I do not expect anything. Her mentor is a seasoned champion, international champion. So I do not expect anything less from CM Chidima on the speech. She's going to give us a convivial speech. I'll be here to look out for the introduction and her body language. Thank you so kindly. The CMOD is back to you. CM Chidima, I wish you all the best. Give us a convivial speech.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Liz. Toastmaster Chidima, you have 5 to 7 minutes to thrill us with a convivial speech that matches your convivial personality. Please go ahead. You have control of the virtual lectern.
Thank you so kindly, dear Toastmaster of the day. Curiouser and curiouser, said Alice, as she ventured further into Wonderland. Greetings, dear Toastmasters and guests. Just like Alice in Wonderland, the Toastmasters Nigeria conference held in June this year opened my eyes to the many wonders available in Toastmasters. Prior to this time, I had only attended a couple of club meetings, 1, 2, maybe 3. Yeah, parting with my hard-earned money was not enough to keep me committed to Toastmasters as at that time. I would like to appreciate my first mentor in Toastmasters, Toastmaster Toyin, who drafted a compelling story that propelled me to join Toastmasters. As I was saying, despite my amazing experience, I was not maximizing the conference, as I sat all alone, most times neglecting one of the most precious gifts of the Toastmasters community, the rich networking opportunities. Still in the month of June, permit me to say, my Toastmaster, my mentor, enchanted me into playing my very first role, the role of a listening evaluator. Of course, I tried to shy away, wondering why she would set me up for failure in front of so many eyes. At least allow me to practice at club level. I feebly protested, but thank God she was dogged in her request to give me an opportunity to shine my light. Playing my role as a listening evaluator at that change of guard ceremony was a game changer for me, dear Toastmasters. I must have played it amazingly well because I got nominated to fill the office of the secretary, which I now occupy. It was also at that conference that I approached our current division director, who later engaged me to join his PR team as a PR officer. Has it been interesting? Oh, yes, it has. I have evolved and I'm still evolving as I try to find my feet and establish my footprint in the Toastmasters Hall of Fame. I remember how I approached a DTM I hold in such high esteem, telling him I wanted to be a secretary with a difference. And he was more than willing to share valuable resources with me, which have been helpful in helping me carry out my role. Have I struggled? Oh, yes, I've struggled. I'm still trying to find a balance between the demands of my employer's 9 to 5. I'm a learning and development professional. And then there's still my 2 Toastmasters position to offer. And of course, the other aspects of my personal life. Little wonder, the thought of quitting my PR position danced through my mind on several occasions. Shh, don't tell my Didi. But thank God for the strong support system that the Toastmasters community offers and my strong determination to rise up to the challenge. I'm learning to say no when I cannot accommodate one more task. I'm also learning to live by the Toastmasters value of integrity, respect, service, and excellence. It's been an interesting ride, dear Toastmasters. I cannot wait to unravel all the treasures that Toastmasters has in store for me as I sail on my Toastmasters voyage. Yes, there might be a few roadblocks here and there, but then that's what makes life rich and exciting. As I draw to a close, I would like to take this song by Miley Cyrus, and some of us might be familiar with it. Please feel free to join me. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. There's always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Thank you for coming along with Alice and I on our adventurous story, on our journey into my Toastmasters Wonderland. At this point, I would like to appreciate my current mentor, the renowned international speech contest coach, ETM Harriet, for inspiring me and encouraging me to have the speech. I'd like to leave us with this charge. Please make sure you enjoy your climb in whatever endeavor you find yourself. And it's back to you, the delectable, convivial Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Chidima. You indeed delivered a speech that was it was in line with your convivial nature, and you didn't need to tell me who your mentor was. Hearing you speak, I was just that there was one image in my head. I could literally see the distinguished Toastmaster Harriet. I was like, okay, is this a case of studying a speaker, or is there something else in play? And you have just confirmed that it was beyond studying a speaker. It's like she spat you out. Thank you for your speech, and thank you for reminding us of the need to immerse ourselves in our Toastmasters journey. Be intentional about it to be able to reap the benefits. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is what you have when you have a dogged mentor. Please find yourself a mentor who's dogged, and find a mentor who will not let you shy away from taking the hard road, because it's roads that are filled with challenges that makes you better. All right, let's move on. For the next 1 minute, please use the chat box to drop a love note for Toastmaster Chidima. Let her know what she has done well in her speech. And also, did anybody feel like you were hearing Nightingale speak? It's Nightingale too, right? Did that feel like a Nightingale singing to you? Please don't tell me you all live in areas where there are no trees and you don't have birds and whatnot. Please. I know some people in their areas, the birds, the singing they hear is pim, pim, pam, pam.
It's a kind of song.
You know, it's honking of horns from cars, from bikes, this was actually well done, well done. Please use the chat box to drop voice notes. Just drop your love notes for her. Let her know what she's done well with her speech as we prepare to hear from our third speaker. Madam Timer, please let us know when 1 minute is up. Let us go. Let us move on. Let us move on. Let us move on. So actually, but this is a speech. Excuse me. That's something my supervisor will always say, ex-supervisor. You always say, always embody a particular personality in whatever, the way you speak, the way you dress, and you say sublime elegance. And this speech, it was a sublime elegant speech. Thank you, Toastmaster Chidima. All right, let us move on. Let us move on. Our third speaker is ready. She is ready. Thank God I'm a woman. No. All the men in the house, don't beef me. But thank God I'm a woman. There's a difference when
we are going to court.
Please go to court. I'm a lawyer, and he's a female lawyer. I'm not scared. You know, there's a difference when you hear a man speak and then you hear a woman speak. How bad? Oh, you will fall in love over and over and over. I'm not saying the men are not good, though, but they really need to take a cue from the women when they speak. You speak with finesse and with flair and with passion. I mean, there's this feel like you're like, go girl, girl power. Yeah. And our three speakers today are very beautiful women. You know, you've heard those teachers speak about being intentional. I mean, being intentional makes you exceptional. And then Toastmaster Chidinma has come and has built on that. Then you like, if you really want to shine and you want to be the best you can be, you have to be intentional and you have to listen. You know, you can be intentional, but when you don't listen to, especially those of us who have mentors and you have coaches and you have people who actually are there to guide you and you don't listen to them, then chances are that you will not be able to achieve the heights that you can. So that's the beauty about mentorship. Mentors help you stay on track. When you're intentional, you stay on track. Mentors help you stay on track intentionally. That's the best way to put that. All right, let's move on to our third speaker. And our third speaker for today is a beautiful lady. Like, no, when somebody is fine, this person is fine. When she comes on your screen, you confirm that indeed she is fine. I think she used fine because that's what describes the kind of fine that she's fine. Some people will not let me be great, but I will be great. All right, so let's move on. Our third speaker will be evaluated by someone on this call that, hey, they're so hyped. I feel like she's so innocently black, beautiful lady. I agree, because she is. And you know, it's only a lady that you can actually hype that with. We have a guy that you're handsomely black. Look at you like, what is wrong with this one? Our third speaker will be evaluated by a past president of this great club. She's a multiple-time contest winner. Someone who is just repping Nigeria. She's graduated as the best graduating student. Oh, let me not talk too much, but please join me to welcome to the virtual lectern, the evaluator for our third speaker, Toastmaster Salamatu. Toastmaster Oluwatoyin Bolajiku, please go ahead and give us the objectives of Toastmaster Salamatu's speech.
Thank you very kindly, our delectable and convivial DTM Chidi Chukwudimadu. When I grow up, I want to be like you. I always say that. All right. I will be evaluating Toastmaster Salamatu's Level 2 Project 2 project on the innovative planning pathway. And she is here to share our evaluatorship with me. I believe she has missed that message multiple times, but I have one evaluator sheet for Level 2 Project 2 of the same project. I just want to be sure it's the same. Toastmaster Salamatu, please correct me if I'm wrong. The purpose of your project is for you to practice the skills needed to connect with an unfamiliar audience. Please let me know if this is the purpose of your speech. If not, you're free to announce the purpose of your speech while I await the evaluation form. However, I'll be looking out for how the Toastmaster or the speaker connects with the audience, especially with an unfamiliar topic. I look forward to seeing her shine and excel at this. She is a veteran Toastmasters, and I hope and expect that she will definitely perform in a way that blows our mind in a convivial manner. Thank you so much, and back to you, my delectable Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin, for that convivial introduction of Toastmaster Salamatu's speech, where they're giving us the objective of our speech. Toastmaster Salamatu, please go ahead and deliver your speech. Remember, you have 5 to 7 minutes and endeavor to incorporate the word of the day.
Thank you very much, Madam Evaluator. Please, the purpose of my speech is my leadership style. My apologies, that has not been transmitted to you before now. Thank you. Toastmaster of the day. Effective leadership is important for achieving objectives in any group one finds themselves in. Fellow Toastmasters and our esteemed guests, a very good afternoon to everyone here. A leader is a person of influence, and leadership is about influencing group, followers, team to actualize set objectives. John Adam Quincy, the 6th president of America, said, if you inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. Leadership is about impact. And reflecting on my personal experience, I understand that embracing and understanding different leadership styles is vital for creating an environment, for positive and impactful environment for the people I lead. We have different types of leadership styles. I'll be delving into a few with you all. Firstly, an authoritarian leadership style. The leader in such environment imposes expectation and defines the outcomes. In such environment, the followers are not creative and they are not flexible. They just obey the order stricto sensu. Example of such environment is in a military environment. Sure, I do have my leadership, my authoritative leadership moments, particularly when I'm at home. But in the real world, a touch of adaptability and sprinkle of humor would go a long way. Imagine me, the household general, mommy general, leading the charge, and with the glare that things are kept in their rightful places. That is me being authoritative. However, I have to be creative with it. If not, I lose the influence of my children, and that won't be the objective. So while I will not be leading a military campaign, my household troop know who the boss is. Secondly, we have a democratic and participative leadership style. This style of leadership is about collaborating with team, your group, to achieve set objective. The leader creates a convivial environment for team to thrive. In such environment, it fosters inclusion, collaboration, creativity. The followers in such environment have a sense of belonging and they feel important. Thirdly, we have the delegative leadership style. This style of leadership is about empowering. The leader empowers the team by assigning responsibilities to them and expect them to deliver on it. Such environment fosters ownership and innovation. However, it's important there should be a system on track to ensure followers are still on track. Thirdly, we have the laissez-faire leadership style. A laissez-faire leadership style is hands-off and trusting. A leader in such environment allows the team to use their creativity to do their stuff. This style of leadership is advantageous if the team are accountable, creative, competent, and there is a system in place to perpetuate orderliness in such group. However, if the team lacks competence, they are not well trained, and they are not accountable, then it is a recipe for failure. Fifthly, we have the transactional leadership style. The transactional leadership style is a reward punishment leadership style. It is, let me describe it as a business deal with a leadership twist. The leader enforces set and reward compliance. So it's a managerial style of leadership, and mostly predominantly in organization. We also have a transformational leadership style. A transformational leader, it uses an approach by creating an environment to motivate and inspire the followers, by creating a vision for the future and supporting these followers to actualize their full potential. A leader creates an environment for innovation and creativity. Lastly, we have a servant leader leadership style. A servant leader believes that the team are at their best if they feel professionally and personally satisfied. So a servant leader creates an environment where teams are motivated, enthusiastic about their job, and they shoot for the stars. A servant leader prioritizes the interest of the organization and his team over his own interest. Effective leadership is vital, as I mentioned, and a leader should have these attributes to effectively lead their team. A leader should be adaptive to situation. Adaptability is important because leadership style will largely depend on the situation the leader finds themselves. A leader should inspire excellence. A leader should be a learner, always learning, seeking to learn. More than ever, change has become exponential, and it's important a leader stays ahead of this curve. A leader should be an effective communicator. Communication is vital. It ensures your team gets your team's buy-in and gets your team aligned to the objective of the group. A leader should be empathetic, a good listener, and emotionally intelligent. A leader should be able to manage people and crises. Lately, I've been having some personal introspection, and I believe, and I'll describe my leadership style or my approach to leadership as having an integrated leadership style or combination of leadership style. I'll describe my leadership style like a buffet, and on my plate, I want a democratic leadership style, a transformational leadership style, and a servant leadership style, and hoping that it's going to be a delicious success. I would want to create a convivial environment for teams to be safe, where we grow, learn, and co-elevate and become leaders in our own right. I want to create a motivated, enthusiastic, and happy team wherever I found myself, the Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Salamatu. Please let us applaud her. Wow, 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 wow. I enjoyed your speech. All right. I heard that April, like she want her speech style to be a buffet. Hey. Just how, like just pick, have a very colorful dish of leadership styles. That shows that, yes, you're someone who's adaptable. I love you were calm. Like you took your time, you spoke. It was like you were having a chat with someone. You're actually talking to people who were right in front of you, and it wasn't like a virtual setting. So thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Salamat. So indeed, you delivered your speech in a convivial manner. Please let us, for the next 1 minute, just use the chat box to drop love notes for Toastmaster Salamatu. Let her know what she's done well. And those of you who you're going to be delivering or you're going to be tackling this speech project sometime in the future, it's time for you to actually take an expo and key into this speech, key into her presentation. If you have questions like, how did you go about this? It's time to actually just start from her experience. Well, please, I'm looking at the chat box and I'm waiting for the love notes to start flying. Send the love notes. Let's send the love notes. Send the love notes, people. Let's send it. Push it, push it, push it, push it. Well, we'll keep the love notes coming. Right. Thank you. That's what it's not this by moonlight. It's not moonlight time. It's still sunny outside. It's still bright. But I understand that feeling. Like Toastmasters Salamatu did take her time to actually share her leadership experience with us, and I loved it. I loved it. The manner in which she spoke, she was at peace with her material, she was at peace with the audience, and she flowed calmly. She flowed. You say with waters of Tahiti. Oh, she felt like, have you ever tasted the waters of Tahiti, or have you seen it? It just flows. It's clear, crystal clear, and it flows with ease. And that's the way I think Toastmasters Salamatu has presented her speech. Please keep the love notes flying. Keep the love notes flying. I will, at this point, invite Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's a virtual setting. It's this time that people's network begin to have issues, or they suddenly remember that they need to just dash to the kitchen, get a drink, or, oh, somebody's calling me. Nobody should call you at this point. Tell them this is not the time to remember your name. Sure, the only people that will remember your name at this point should be people on this call. Matter of fact, scratch that. The only person that is allowed to remember your name for the next 10 to 15 minutes is the Table Topics Master. Please indulge me, put on your videos. It's Table Topics segments, and I will want as much Toastmasters on the call who has not had the opportunity to speak to be a part of it. Put on your videos so that our Table Topics Master would have a good feel. She would enjoy her session, and would make sure that we enjoy the session. I will start. If you don't put on your videos, people, don't make me send village people to start putting it on, and you will wonder your video will never go up again. Please put on your videos. So say, Brian, you're in the spirit. Thank you very kindly. And Table Topics Master.
Madam Temodi, sorry, please check the chat. You have a message.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very kindly. Our Table Topics Master for this afternoon is someone who she had been given a shout out. She's a dogged mentor. And if you understand, if you've heard her speak or you've listened to her share her journey with you, you will understand that this is a Toastmaster that you would want to walk in her shoes. Like you would want to embody her outlook, her personality, and her desire for personal improvement. Today, she will be our Table Topics Master. And while I'm introducing her, do we have the poll for the prepared speech vote up? Can that please go up, Mr. SA?
Just a moment.
All right. So for the prepared speech, please. Yeah. Remember, we had 3 speeches today. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Titi Liar, who spoke on intentionality.
Can you see the poll, please? Can you see the poll?
Not yet. Yes, awesome, yes.
Now, speaker 1, Titi Liar, Ekundayo. Speaker 2, Chidima Eze, and speaker 3 is Toastmaster Salamatu. Please kindly cast your vote. You have 45 seconds. Go in.
Please ignore the PS speaker 4 and 5. Just ignore it.
Exactly. Thank you.
Our SA is being extra. He's been extra today. So please cast your votes. Just cast your votes while I introduce our Table Topics Master. She is a serial contest speech winner. Matter of fact, she has. Oh, if I talk too much now, they will say it's because I'm a woman. No. But those people who want to go to court, please go to court if you want to. Our Table Topics Master for today is a mentor and a coach. She not only have participated at the semi-final level of the World Championship of Public Speaking Contest, which is the international speech contest. she coached the Toastmaster who came third at the International Speech Contest this year. So if you've watched the contest speeches, that's the young lady that came third. Our Table Topics Master was one of her coaches. That should tell you that she does know a thing or two about public speaking. She is an exceptional speaker. She is a distinguished Toastmaster. And if you don't know her, I do know her. And she is the delectable, intentional, and convivial distinguished Toastmaster, Harriet Tinker. Madam Table Topics Master, please take it away.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. I love your enthusiasm and as well as how you introduced me. I should have you in my wake-up call and listen to that when I want to wake up when I'm having those moments. So thank you for that introduction. Before I begin my table topic evaluation, role, I actually want to shout out two people, and I'm not just choosing it because I'm picking on them, but first of all, I wanted to recognize GETM Opeyami. I did work with her a few times. She has improved so much. Her confidence level, I am blown away. So continue doing what you're doing. She is so confident. It's a good way to show how our Toastmaster can let us all grow in our speech journey. Confidence journey. So well done. Keep doing what you're doing. And also my mentee who's presented so well. So proud of her. So keep doing. And she has potential to be at the world champion for public speaking. Not only any one of us can be there. So continue doing what you're doing. Now I'm going to have a convivial, hopefully, questions for all of you so that you can test your speaking skills. And just to be on track, I'd like to ask our timer how much time I have for this role, because I know we might be a bit over. How many questions I have? Okay, you can type on the chat while you wait to tell me. So in the meantime, I'll start with the questions. Now, at the beginning of our Toastmaster meeting today, we were a bit here, we weren't quite sure the roles. And Toastmaster Marcy jumped in and she took on the role just to keep us on track. What I learned from this is don't get ready, stay ready. So Toastmaster Marcy was able to show us that. Now, my next question would be to all of you. So you don't know who I'm going to ask. What is it that you have done in your past where you jumped in just to keep anything on track? I'll ask again. What is it you have done? It could be in real life or in your imagination, to keep yourself on track or other people on track. I'm going to ask. All right. I will ask Toastmaster. I believe we're all Toastmaster. I know there's a few guests here. Henry, because there's the easiest name to pronounce. Toastmaster Henry, you have the virtual Latin. Maybe Henry's not there. All right.
Toastmaster Mercy is raising her hand. Toastmaster Mercy, she's raising her hand.
Oh, you'd like to answer? Okay, let's do it. Go ahead, Toastmaster Mercy.
My ebullient Toastmaster, thank you so much for the question. What is it I've done? Can you come back with the question again?
So the question was, because you did the same thing earlier, don't get ready, stay ready. What is it that you have done to keep yourself on track when you're off track? It could be you, it could be an experience that you've had.
Okay. What is it I have done to keep me on track? I'll share an experience and life. I love Toastmasters, DTM Chidi's quote, Kaizen, continuous learning. The day you stop learning is the day you die. pure and simple. So I'm always learning. I am of the school of thought that you don't know everything and you don't need to know everything. The most important thing, have a learning mindset. What I never used to do, I don't ask for help. What I'm doing now is open my mouth and ask for help. I'm always of the impression I'm like a superhero, and there's nothing like that. I'm a human being with limitation. I can't do so much, but I can try as much as I can to do what I can. So Toastmasters has taught me invaluable lesson that asks for help, but ask from the right people, because not everybody will be able to respond to your help as much as you need it. And be teachable. DTM Stella will say, Mercy, one thing I love about you is, Stella George, you are teachable. You are always willing to take correction. Despite what you know, you can take correction. So what is it I'm doing? Asking for help, number one. Number two, I remain teachable. And in that being teachable, and I have to continuously learn so that I can be better, a better version of Mercy that was yesterday, to be a better version of Mercy that is going to be tomorrow. Nobody has epitome of knowledge. Be teachable, continuously learn, and evolve to grow. That's how I stay on track. The floor is yours. Table topic master.
Excellent. Thank you for that. So ask for help, be teachable, and continuously learning. I like it. I think I'll practice those three things. Now for the next question is, this is a quote: do something today, your future self will thank you for it. So this is a quote: do something today, your future self will thank you for it. Oh, I see DTM Olu Joseph with their hand up, so go ahead.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, the Table Topics Master. Please permit me not to put on my camera because where I am is not suitable for my camera to be on. The question again, if I may get you to repeat it, what's the question again?
So this is a quote. Speak to it.
It's a quote.
Do something.
Quote, right?
It's a quote. Do something today, your future self will thank you for it.
Thank you very much for that quote. I remember I joined Toastmasters 2017, and I loved the community. And somehow I got entangled in taking roles and not delivering my speeches. And before I could say Jack Robinson, the traditional program was phased out. Yes, I already received the Competent Communication Award, the ACB Award, and the ACS Award. And then it dawned on me that that program was going to be phased out. And at this time, I had brought in a lot of guests to Toastmasters. In fact, some of them have become club presidents and all that. And I was in the middle of the ocean, either to stop this journey altogether because the pathways was introduced. And I paused. For the future of those who I have brought in, not for my own sake, well, I will also say for my own sake, but for those men and women that are brought into Toastmasters, what will it be said that I brought them and I dropped out in the middle of the ocean? So I advise myself to continue. I am so proud now that the decision to continue has paid off, because just recently I became a DTM, and all those men and women have occupied club presidencies and other roles in Toastmasters. So I love that quote, and I've used a past experience to explain what I've gone through. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a relatable story. I can totally relate to that. When they said the new program was coming in, I was fast tracking and I was ready to give up. And just like you, Thank you for that. That's excellent. Now for my last question, because I only allowed to only ask 3 questions, and this is actually anybody can answer this one. Never too late to start. And I saw my guest, a gentleman who put her hand up. I brought her here, so she will speak to that question. Never too late to start.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be part of this convivial group. I'm sorry I'm not yet used to the traditional greetings, but hello to everyone who's distinguished, Toastmaster and everything. So I just wanted to comment on, I really liked the previous one, but I'll comment on this one. So never too late to start. It's never too late. Our counter has gotten me. It's never too late to start the quest to go forward with becoming healthier. I say this because at the stage I'm at, sometimes I think, oh, I cannot go forward with making sure that I'm fit just because of time constraints or any other constraints that are in my way. But I find that it is never too late to start. I had the opportunity of meeting a lovely lady yesterday, and we were talking about the benefits of yoga. And even though I am myself just starting with that at the beginning phases, it was really nice to meet with this lady who's probably similar age as myself. And she was telling me about how she has experienced the benefits for herself. And I find that even though it seems I'm off to a late start, or it seems like that for myself, it is actually not a late start because it's never too late to start. And so I can keep going on knowing that hopefully I can be an inspiration and encouragement to someone else who might be thinking it's too late for them to start, but I can encourage them that it's never too late to start. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that presentation. So overall, just to give a summary of all our speakers today, we had Toastmaster Masi, who gave us the 3 tips, how we have to be teachable, ask for help, and continuously learn. And also we had a DTM, Joseph, who also inspired us with his speech on what, do something today so your future self can thank you. And he told us how he inspired others, and he got his DTM quite recently. Well done. And of course, my guest today, a gentleman. I always butcher her name, but she forgives me every time. And she just told us it's never too late to start. She just started doing a yoga class and she's doing well. With that, now I would like to bring back our convivial and very enthusiastic, full of joy, Toastmaster of the day, Chidi.
Thank you most graciously, Table Topics Master. That was indeed a convivial Table Topics segment, and I love that all the questions aligned to the theme of our meetings. And you did say they were going to be convivial questions, and I agree, they indeed were. Little wonder why we had a lot of volunteers. Nobody waited to be called to speak, but we had volunteers who came on. All right. Timer, can you please give us the time for the table topic speeches? I forgot to ask for time for prepared speeches, but I do want to believe that all the speakers spoke within time. But please go ahead and let us know how our speakers did in terms of time. What we have the vote, so the polls for the table topics segment to go. Timer, can you please just give us a report? Okay, thank you.
Just for the table topic.
Please give us for all the speeches, yes, please.
All right, thank you. So Toastmaster Tite was the first speaker. She spoke for 6 minutes, 47 seconds. Toastmaster Chidima spoke for 5 minutes, 16 seconds. Toastmaster Salamatu spoke for 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And Toastmaster Mercy spoke for 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Toastmaster Olu Joseph spoke for 1 minute 54 seconds, and 54 seconds, right? And then Toastmaster Ogidon spoke for 1 minute 32 seconds.
All right, thank you very kindly. So all our table topic speakers are eligible to be voted for, but for the preferred speech, just for Salamatu is disqualified. So this the voting, or rather it's the votes, but let's say besides a mistake, the votes will now be between Toastmaster Chidima and Toastmaster Titila. Toastmaster Salamatu. All right. So let's move on. And at this point, I want to invite general evaluator and her convivial team to come back, well, our convivial general evaluator to lead us in the evaluation segment.
Toastmaster of the day, can we vote for the table topic speaker, please?
Oh, yes, please put up the poll. I said, yes, the poll can go up for table topics.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes. The poll for table topics can go up. Please vote. We had our first speaker was Toastmaster Mercy. Second speaker was distinguished Toastmaster Olu Joseph. So Toastmaster Mercy, speaker 1, distinguished Toastmaster Olu Joseph, speaker 2, and yeah, Toastmaster Wale. Go ahead.
Speaker 3.
Okay.
Your energy is too much.
So you have it. Please vote. Please vote for our speakers. Please vote. Right. Thank you. While that's going on, I want to invite our convivial general evaluator to lead us through the evaluation segment. Toastmaster Mary.
Thank you, my convivial Toastmaster of the day. The way you have taken the sessions made everyone come out very boldly to speak, both prepared speeches and the table topic speeches. Now it's time for us to hear the evaluations of our performance. And I'm glad that we have seasoned speakers who are going to be taking the evaluation section. I will enjoy us that we should be very brief with our reports because we are currently out of time, even though we want to try to deliver excellent evaluation. I will hand over now to the first evaluator of the first speaker.
Thank you very much, our general evaluator. I hope I'm loud and clear.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Toastmaster Titi Layo Ekundayo. Wow. What an opening. That is very catchy. It started with a question that will get the attention of the audience. Your vocal variety was exceptional. Your use of foundational phrases was beautiful. Use of pauses was exquisite. I love your elocution and pronunciation. Your gesticulation was on point. Then you use quotes. Those quotes were phenomenal. What would I recommend? I was listening to your speech with rapt attention. You use about 4 quotes. Maybe you can limit it to 1 or 2 and re-emphasize them. Then this phrase that you used was beautiful, caught my attention. To be intentional is to be exceptional. That was beautiful. To Masatiti, that was beautiful. In conclusion, I see a world champion in you. Actually, let me tell you, that's a winning speech, Titi Layo. That's a winning speech. This is my second time of listening to you. This is beautiful. Well done. Back to you, General Evaluator. And I love your smile. Titi, I love your smile. Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you.
Sorry, I did not realize that my mic was muted. Thank you so kindly, Toastmaster Wale Thomas, for that auspicious evaluation. Now it's time to hear the evaluation for the second speaker. The second evaluator has been introduced already, so I would just want to hand it over to the second evaluator. Over to you.
Thank you very kindly, Madam GE. Toastmaster Chidima, wow, congratulations. What a way to start, to break the ice. You shattered the ice by delivering such a speech, the clamp. I love the fact that you started with the story of the character that you started with, telling us how curious you started your journey in Toastmasters. I like the fact that you started telling us the story of the conference and how you had decided to stay on your own, but all of a sudden things changed because of that. Also, how you were able to appreciate your mentor in your speech. While this is not a speech for that, you incorporated that. It is important that we appreciate those who put us through our speeches, and you incorporated that. I equally love the fact that you stood while giving the speech. You had a very lovely background that enchanted me to your speech. However, I love also the fact that you were able to sing and it got emotional. At some point, I looked at everyone and everyone was excited about your song. It was a good one. You engaged your audience. However, for every interesting speech, there's something that we could improve on, and this is where I would want you to improve on. While your camera was on, you had it lowered. You were higher than your camera. It made you look down. Your camera position could look, you should look straight into your camera while giving your speech. And you should also stay in a position where your body gesture would not be distracted, or we would not be distracted by the things beside you while speaking. You had too much hand gesture, which I think you could reduce on. Although this is fine, it's your first speech, and I know others would be perfect going from now. I would also like to encourage that you pause at some point while giving your speech. You had it so fast, and it's kind of like made some time I lost track of what you were saying. So you could pause while giving your speech. Aside from this, your speech was wonderful, Toastmaster Chidima. It didn't look like an icebreaker. It looked like someone who had been delivering speeches. Like I had always told you before now, I know for certain that soon we're going to see you representing LEARNTOR Toastmasters at the International Speech Contest. You have started the clamp, and I want to encourage you, don't stop this clamp. Every month, give a speech and become the best of yourself. Thank you and congratulations for delivering this speech. It's back to you, our GE. Thank you.
Well, thank you very kindly for that detailed evaluation of Toastmaster Chidima's speech. Now it's time for us to get evaluation of the topic speakers and how they have done. I can say that our evaluator is somebody who is excellence, who is, what's the word? She is a speaker par excellence. She is a model. She is somebody who has participated in, international speeches. And I can say that evaluation is always up to the task. Over to you, our topics evaluator. Okay, oh, sorry, pardon me. Before the topics evaluator comes up, there's a top speaker. I apologize. Yes, there's a top speaker. speaker who is and the evaluator is Toastmaster Twin. Sorry. Okay, Tony to come up, the mentor of all of presidents. Right? I'm sure she will be.
Thank you so much, Madam G. Please, I beg everyone, don't let that name stick.
It's sticking
It's a very big boot to fill. Toastmaster Salamatu. Well done, Toastmaster Salamatu. Just like PTM Chidi rightly described, she's such a fine woman. You have a beauty that appeals to the eye, and you're always a sight to behold. Thank you for delivering your speech on your leadership style. I love that your voice, as usual, crisp and calm. There was no rush. You just ensured that you carried us along as you explained what a leader is. You gave us a definition of a leader. You used various grammatical, enticing expressions. I love when you said a touch of adaptability and a sprinkle of humor. I also love when you said that your leadership style is like a buffet, hoping it will produce delicious results. You gave us a vivid imagination to work with. Even though it was a straightforward speech, you ensured that your use of grammatical expressions gave us that imagination to work with. Well done. You used the word of the day, not once, but twice, which showed that you are indeed a veteran Toastmaster. And your speech had a clear structure. It was a descriptive and educational speech. So you adopted that style. Well done. What would I have loved you to do better, Toastmaster Salamatu? I'd have loved you to keep eye contact. It felt sometimes your eyes were wandering. I know it can be difficult keeping eye contact during a virtual presentation or speech delivery, but try as much as possible to maintain eyes on the screen, because believe it or not, the audience are looking to connect with you. I also would recommend, if you can, try standing to give your speech, because it gives you that poise, especially when it's a speech like a leadership speech. It gives that poise that commands attention and commands the attention of your audience. I'd love you to spend more time talking about yourself, because you had explained so much about different leadership styles. You had spent so much time on that you didn't really have enough time to talk about your leadership style, which is what we're looking forward to hear. What we're looking forward to see was you telling us how you have discovered your leadership style. And finally, the speech was going on so well and ended abruptly. We were looking forward to more. And I think it ended abruptly because you didn't introduce us to the conclusion of your speech. Such a speech like this, where the audience is invested, it's good to call the audience back to reality by using words that tells them that you are almost done with your speech. Words such as in conclusion, or finally, or in summary, or using a quote to say, I'll end by using this quote. That prepares the audience mind and let them know that you are coming to the end of your speech. But in all, it was a fantastic speech. And I know that the next time you deliver a speech, it will always, just like now, be something to look forward to. Well done, Toastmaster Salamatu. Indeed, you're a leader with a difference. Thank you, and back to you, my beautiful and delectable general evaluator.
Thank you very kindly for that.
Thank you, TM Twin, for that.
Okay, Toastmasters. Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Salamatu. Thank you very kindly to our 3 evaluators for the prepared speeches. They have maximized the use of time and really want to say thank you. It's time for us to hear from the table topic evaluator, who is an HR professional, and she has been introduced before. I am very confident that she will be delivering a great evaluation of the 3 speeches that were presented. Over to you, Toastmaster Pamela.
Thank you. Kindly permit me to share my screen, Toastmaster. Fantastic. Thank you. Did you have a fun time listening in on these table topics? Can you confirm you can see my screen, please?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. So can everybody on this call admit that they had a fun time listening in on this table topics? At first, the table topics master came on, and boy, did she do a great job. She started off by having some accolades given to, some commendations given to some people who had played some roles within the meeting, and that set the tone for coming into the rest of her role. I like that she was able to acknowledge the introductions, and then used her first line was a question that was attached to something that had happened just as the meeting was about to go off. So DTM Harriet, I applaud you for the way you handled today's table topics. It was exceptional, and it showed that you really were paying attention to everything that was happening during the meeting. One thing that also stood out was that you announced your question before you asked audience members to participate. That way, people already have a head start of, they've already heard the question, and of course they will be more eager to jump on it as soon as you put the mic down. So thank you for doing that. And then we go into our speakers. We have the first speaker, Tia Mercy George Buffet. She spoke about keeping on track. I particularly like that, of course, after the question was repeated, we finally got into the question of the day, which was, what have you done to keep yourself on track? I like exceptionally that you were able to lay out in terms. Number one, ask for help. Number two, be teachable. Number three, continuous learning. You also keyed into what another speaker had said earlier in the day, and it made it quite pleasurable to listen to. And you ended up with wrapping it up with a quote. So I like your content. It had quotes for this. I counted at least 5 bite-sized quotes. So kudos to you, Tia Mercy, for doing a great job on this table topic. Our second speaker was DTM Olu Jacob himself. He spoke about the future self, right? Do something today your future self will thank you for. I applaud you for your storytelling. You were able to tell us what had started in 2017 and how it ended up, and how you did not want to let down the people who were going to be looking up to you in the future. You were able to, I like the use of metaphor. So you dropped this line about dropped out in the middle of the ocean. You also use this very popular saying that says, before I could say Jack Robinson, this had happened. So that made us all to pay attention to hear exactly what you wanted to say. I particularly like that you concluded yourself by saying, I used the past experience to answer this particular question. What would I have loved? I would have loved if we were able to see your face during the table topic session, but all in all, it was a fantastic delivery of sharing your experience about something that had happened in the past to bring to life this quote, do something today that your future self will thank you for. And our last speaker, Toastmaster Ubidon Jadame, never too late to start. It was as if you were waiting for that question to come up. And the moment it did, that was your opening line. It's never too late to start the quest to becoming healthier. So I don't know if you're a health enthusiast, but the speed with which you were able to quickly assimilate your thoughts and put it into that opening line made it very pleasurable to listen to. You also went on to describe the benefits of yoga and how it had changed your life, and then advising everyone to jump on it. Did I have any, do I have any recommendations for you going forward? Yes, definitely. I would have loved some more specific eye contact. I know it was an online meeting, but I would have loved some specific eye contact. I love the way you were able to, the flow of your voice in the entire presentation. It was perfect. All in all, everybody on the call did great. The only recommendation I have generally was the first two speakers kind of asked for the question to be repeated, and it showed that maybe they weren't quite listening to what the speaker, the table topics master had to say before they asked for the question to be repeated. So that's the only recommendation I have for this particular session. Everybody did great, and you indeed were superstars. Thank you, and back to you, the General Evaluator.
Thank you so dearly. Thank you. This is my Energy Pro Max Evaluator, Toastmaster Pamela. You've done a great job. You've dissected the performance of all our table service speakers. Now it's time to hand over to the Toastmaster of the day to take it up.
Madam General Evaluator, we would take the reports from your team.
Okay.
Sorry, General Evaluator, can we also vote for the best evaluator, please?
All right. I would like us to have the poll now. This at hand, or the Zoom master should please help us with that.
Oh, sorry about this. Sorry about this. Sorry, let me end this. I will edit, or you send privately to me, please. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So then, I will give, all right, okay. So then, right while we are waiting for that, I want the Toastmaster of the day to please take it on. We'll wait for the feedback.
Madam GE, we can continue with the role players report.
Yeah.
Please call on the role players.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
please.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so the role players reports. You agree with me that we had a convivial team of role players, starting from our grammarian to the listening evaluator. We had 2 people who were not experienced Toastmasters, and we had 2 other people who were experienced Toastmasters playing roles. And the experience, the skills, we were able to enjoy a balance from both sides. Now, from the grammarian role was played by Toastmaster Abraham. I would say that the grammarian was very prepared for his role. The word for the day was displayed, and everybody was able to relate with it immediately. More so, the grammarian gave us how to pronounce the word of the day, Ken, very well. And it gave us context into the word, giving us examples of how the word of the day is supposed to be used. So I would like us to welcome Toastmaster Abraham as he gives us a feedback on the word of the day and our performance, the use of the word.
Oh, thank you so much. Please, can you hear me? Please, can you
Yes,
hear me?
I can hear
Yes,
you.
yes.
Great. We had a very wonderful meeting. During the course of the meeting, I took note of some things I like to relate with us just now. TM Ogidon used the word once. TM Oluwatoyin Adekunle used the word once. TM Pamela used it once. Sorry about that. TM Chidinma Eze used it once. TM Titilayo used it once. TM Salimatu used it twice. TM Wally Thomas used it once. TM Kemi Fola used it 3 times. Then TM Lizzie used it 3 times. TM Oluwatoyin Bola Joko used it 5 times. TM Opeyemi Morakinyo used it 6 times. And DTM Chidi Madu used it 15 times. So DTM Chidi Madu, she used it most during the course of the meeting. And the word is convivial. Some people used it as convivial. It's convivial, like you're pronouncing Vivian, convivial. Then someone used listing. The T is silent, listen. Generally, during the course of the meeting, we did well with our use of language and grammar. so many people used very quality language and grammar. And I really enjoyed the meeting as a person and a new person also to Toastmasters Club. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Okay, thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Abraham. Now it's time to hear the feedback from our timer on how we have fared with the use of time from the beginning and to now. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Oloruntobi.
All right, thank you very much, Toastmaster Opayemi. So generally we started slightly late, like 3:06 p.m. And I've given the reports regarding the speeches and the table topics. So for the evaluation, also the Toastmaster Pamela was right on time for each person, as well as Toastmaster Liz, Toastmaster Tony, and Toastmaster Wale. And obviously we are also behind the scheduled time today, 5:23 p.m. now, Nigerian time. So I hope we get better over time. Thank you.
Thank you so kindly for that succinct delivery of your reports. Now it's time to hear from the counter. Toastmaster Liz, over to you.
Thank you very kindly, Madam GE. Just to make this brief, I guess because we spoke about pause, we spoke about the importance of having a pause and smiling. We had lesser pause filler words during the meeting. However, we had a few during the table topic session. We had a few during the speeches. I would just like to encourage, because of time, that we take more time to pause and smile while we speak. So it's back to you, the GE. Thank you.
Thank you. That smile is contagious. Please, let's learn to keep smiling while speaking. Now it's time to hear from our listening evaluator, Toastmaster Oluwatoyin. Please, because of time, I will just recommend that any question that should be asked should not be more than 2. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. I was looking out for our listening, not only in the meeting, but also in the chat box. So I picked some things from the chat box and I'll be asking questions. First question is, when is DTM Olu's 23rd wedding anniversary?
September 23rd.
September 23rd.
Fantastic, September 23rd. And another question, there was someone who attended the Toastmasters conference and was changed by that experience. Who was that person?
Toastmaster Chidima.
Oh, you're listening so rapidly. Thank you so much. Back to your general evaluator.
Thank you so kindly for the brief reports that we have all given. Toastmaster Tony has tested how well we have listened to the speeches and to all the interactions today. And I can say that, yes, we have done a great job. So now to my reports. Generally, I would say that we were able to create a convivial atmosphere with how warm the environment is with our interaction. And I can say that bravo to every one of us. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for your presence. A lot of us came in late. However, we had our role players were present about 30 minutes before time, which is very commendable. However, some of the role players, like 20% of the role players, were not timely, did not join the meeting in time. And I think that's one of the things that affected our timing, because the timer and the Toastmaster of the day were not in the meeting ahead of the scheduled time. The role players today we had, you agree with me, seemed prepared, right? And it shows in the quality of the roles that we were able to play. the speeches, the prepared speeches that we had 3 prepared speeches, and the prepared speeches they were packed, right? They were packed and they sent a lot of message to us. Now, of the prepared speech, for the prepared speeches, I would say that the 3 speakers also used the time properly, and same for the table topic speeches that we had. But I will recommend that we had 2 table topic speeches, understanding that we're way behind time as at the time that we were having our table topic speeches, rather than having 3. More so, I also want to commend the effort of the table topics master, whose approach to the table topic speeches was very creative. You agree with me that she displayed a screen which showed the picture of all the 3 speakers and talked about even their topics, which is very commendable, and it shows that in Toastmasters, whatever you are done, you are being celebrated for it and you are recognized for it. And this is a way to encourage a lot of people to keep speaking. So when you know that when you are coming out to speak, you are going to be celebrated and recognized. It's going to have a
I think our general evaluator is having network issues. Screen is frozen.
Yeah, Madam Tiamodi, I think she has. So I think we can just continue, Madam Tiamodi.
All right. Okay. All right. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, thank you very kindly for being a part of today's convivial meeting. As I bring back our president to the virtual lectern, please remember that you have to stay on track to truly excel in your Toastmasters journey. Keep in mind that being intentional is the key to being truly exceptional. In the words of Winston Churchill, he said that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So I encourage us all to please embrace the convivial atmosphere and wisdom of the Toastmasters environment and those of your mentors. Fearlessly step out of your comfort zone and craft your leadership style like a versatile buffet, one that is tailored to the unique flavor of each situation. With the convivial spirit guiding you, be sure that you can navigate the twists and turns of your journey. Stay on track towards your goal and ultimately thrive. Thank you for the opportunity to have served as your Toastmaster of the day. Thank you to all our visiting Toastmasters and guests for gracing us with your presence in this meeting. As we eagerly anticipate your exceptional contribution to our next meeting, do not forget, stay on track, summon your courage, and have a very beautiful month ahead. Madam President, over to you.
Wow, thank you so kindly, our convivial CMOD. Please let's give her that round of applause. She deserves it. The Queen of September, the Queen of September. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the vibe and thank you for keeping this meeting alive. I think it's because of you, because the Queen of September is the CMOD. We still have 24 people on the call till this moment. Wow. Thank you so much for keeping up the energy. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I first of all apologize that we have extended this meeting beyond the time it's supposed to be. We apologize for that. While we are trying to stay on track, sometimes network might come up and all of that, just like what has affected our GE. So we apologize for that. Before we go to the announcement, I would just like to know first if we have guests in the house. it's your first time joining us here at LEARNTOR Toastmasters, please can we see you raise your hand? Can I see those hands up? CM, Toastmaster Wale, please let me know if we have some hands up, please. Do let me know.
Yes, we have 4 hands up.
Oh, awesome.
Ogidon,
Awesome.
Ade Shewasola, Henry Ude, Kehinde Oladoso, Abimbola
Wow.
Kolade, 5 names, 5
Wow,
hands
wow,
up.
wow.
5
This
hands
is
up.
awesome. Please, the Toastmasters in the house, can we celebrate those people? Can we celebrate them? Thank you. Thank you for joining this call. Thank you really for joining the call. We would just like to hear from at least 2 of you your experience about this meeting. Just 2 persons. Who are those 2 people who would like to take up that challenge? Just tell us your experience about this meeting. I wouldn't want to call anyone, so please just volunteer. It's fine if you can't put on your video. If you can, it's fine. But if you cannot, just let's hear from you. Let's hear from you, Henry. Can we hear from? Yeah. Good evening, Kehinde. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Kehinde Oladoso. My experience has been good and awesome so far. Listening to the speakers, I like the fact that they were able to come out, make their speeches, and they were all praised. No one was judged. That's one of the reasons why I want to join Toastmasters, and I'm seeing that practically being done here. So it's a good one for me.
Thank you. Thank you very kindly for that feedback, Kehinde. Thank you. And thank you for indicating interest that you'd want to join. I know Kehinde has assured us that he's going to be joining us in October. So we are looking forward to you joining us. This is Toastmasters. We do not judge. It's a very friendly environment. Even while you're making mistakes, we keep encouraging. We just give you that feedback because we believe it's the breakfast of champions. Thank you. Do we have another guest who would like to share the experience about today's meeting?
Yes, please. Good evening. This is Henry.
Okay, please. Oh, good evening, Henry.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I like to say that it's been an interesting experience. I loved every of the presentation. I was also motivated, yes, to improve on my communication skills and my presentation skills. I mean, this is wonderful. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I look forward to also being a part of Toastmaster. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so kindly, Henry. Thank you for joining and for still staying on. Thank you also for learning something new. Thank you. Our VPM would be meeting with our guests immediately after this meeting, so I wouldn't want to take much of our time, but we appreciate the fact that we are here. So I'll go straight to the announcement. We'll begin here at LEARNTOR. We love to celebrate people. We do not take it for granted. So every month, we have what is called the Face of LEARNTOR for the month. We began this last month with our DTM, Chidi, who was our TMOD, as the first Face of LEARNTOR for the month of August. And this month, we have another person who will be sharing her story of how Toastmasters has improved her life with us. But today we would like to let everyone know who our Face of LEARNTOR for September is by showing us her picture. Our Zoom master, please reveal to us the LEARNTOR Toastmaster Face for the month of September. And I would like us to appreciate her with a round of applause. Please unmute and appreciate her. Toastmaster Distinguished DTM Harriet Tinker is our face for LEARNTOR for the month of September. No other person deserves to share this with us. Like you heard earlier, she is a renowned coach, and she was the one who coached the person who won the 3rd place in the international speech contest. Who else would tell you best what Toastmaster has done? She's been a Toastmaster for over 10 years now. So it's worth being celebrating. Congratulations, DTM Harriet, and thank you for doing this for LEARNTOR for the month in September. We can spotlight DTM Harriet so that we can see her face. DTM Harriet, you can be spotlighted for those who have not seen your face, so they can see it once again. Please show us your beautiful face. It's your month. Wow! That's our September face. Watch out for the video. We'll be sharing it on all our social media platforms, and you can hear her story and be inspired by it. Thank you for doing this for us, DTM Harriet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Also, thank you. I would like to also announce to us that our new members orientation would be on the 9th of September. We'll be sharing the link as well on platforms. You could join us, learn. Even if you're not a new member yet, you can learn something about Toastmasters and learn about mentor and mentoring. It promises to be an exciting and interesting one. Our trainers are ready. Our new members are ready. We'll share that on our social media platform. LEARNTOR Toastmasters, we do not only speak here. We try to inculcate this into our community. And one of the things we started last year was a school project where we go to high school to teach the younger ones what public speaking and confidence building is all about. We had that last year. This year again, we're partnering with an organization to do this at a juvenile center, Lagos State Juvenile Center. We'll be having this outreach where we'll be teaching those young youth public speaking on the 16th of September and on the 14th of October. If you're interested to join us in doing this, you're free to reach out to our Vice President membership or myself. I'll be dropping our numbers on this platform for the intending members to please join us. What you have is best when you share it to the community. And this is what we do at LEARNTOR. Here we come here to learn. The best way to learn is by giving. So we go out there to give to those people. I'm sure if most of us had learned public speaking right from our childhood, some of us are not yet Toastmasters would have embraced it so fast. But it's a good thing to give back to the community. And this is what we are doing. So we're going to do that. And on the 17th of September, which is 2 weeks from now, we'll be having our club contest. For the intending members here, what you had was prepared speeches. But this time we'll be having a contest, having people come to give speeches. We have 2 types of contests on that day, humorous speech contest and the table topics contest. If you're a member and you're yet to register for any of this, please, before Thursday, kindly send your name to the VPE, the Vice President Education team, so that we can have our flyers out and have you share with your friends. It's going to be a fun-filling contest. I am joining the humorous speech contest. Even though I know I'm not funny, I want to see if I can do something funny on that day. So please join us for this contest, September 17th. Lastly, I would like to inform us that we would be having, on October 1st, we would be having our joint meeting with some other clubs and more like Independence Day celebration where we celebrate communication. We want to promote Toastmasters in our cultural way. I think at this point, I should leave DTM Chidi to say more about this celebration, this October 1st celebration. But we're calling on volunteers to join the committee as we'll be doing this with other teams. DTM Chidi, please can you speak a little more on this October 1st activity before?
All right. Thank
DTM
you,
Chidi is the chairperson for this.
Thank you, Madam President. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, just like the President has said, we're planning a celebration or an event or meeting to celebrate Nigerians' independence. And the idea is to have a collaborative meeting. It's going to be a transformative hybrid event. We want to celebrate Nigeria's cultural diversity within the Toastmasters context. So we'll have speeches in local dialect, we'll have games, Nigerian games, just to take us back to those moments where we were carefree as teenagers and as kids, we will have a panel session on the impact of communication in Nigeria. We'll have a debate, and it's going to be a love feast. So there'll be food, but the fun part is it's going to be a love feast. So participants are going to be encouraged to come with local delicacies. So there'll be a variety of local dishes for us to just enjoy and feed our tummy. Like the president said, we will want volunteers because we'll have role players. We'll put out the information before the end of, before midweek, to let you know what roles are available, and you are free to sign up for any role that you think suits you or suits your personality. But the thing is, you have to come dressed in your cultural attire. It's going to be hybrid. The location or the event for the physical meet will determine the number of people that we can accommodate, because we want it to be a classy and a high-end event. So just keep the date locked down, October 1st. It's a Sunday. That's a beautiful thing. And don't worry about, oh, it's a Sunday, I have to go to work the next day. The next day is a holiday. So just bear in mind that you're going to have fun. You experience Nigeria at its finest. And we're proposing, Madam President. So this is one of, I think the thing is mostly going to be lift every voice, toasting Nigerians' unity. This still speaks to Toastmasters' core value of the fact that your voice is your strength. So you need to speak, your voice to be heard. And while we're making our voices heard as communicators and impactful leaders, we'll also celebrate the unity in our diversity as Nigerians. We know Nigeria is made up of different cultures and we're diverse people, but here we're all one and we're all speaking with one voice. So come prepared to lift your voice while we toast to Nigerians' unity. See you on the 1st of October. And please sign up for the roles when you see the flyers out. Sign up for roles. We would want everybody to come on board. We are collaborating with other clubs. So Ikeja Toastmasters is on board, Mary Toastmasters is on board, Seaside is on board. This might most likely be like a Toastmasters Nigerian event. Toastmaster Olu just said, you're welcome to bring Division E in all its glory. We're open to collaborating with all Toastmasters clubs in Nigeria and beyond. We want to celebrate the diversity in our unity, right? Thank you, or the unity in our diversity. Whichever suits you. They're all correct. Madam President.
Thank you very kindly, Madam Chair, for that explanation. And thank you. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited. It's like the cultural night at the conference part 2. We're bringing it down. So thank you very kindly, fellow Toastmasters. That has been the announcement. I would like to announce we had the voting for the best speech and the table topics. So drum rolls as I announce the winner for the best speech based on our votes, according to, not INEC, TEMNEC, let me call it TEMNEC, Toastmaster NEC. According to Toastmaster NEC, our best speaker for the prepared speech is no other person but drum roll. Toastmaster Titilayo Ekudayo. Congratulations, Toastmaster Titi. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And for our table topics winner, no other person but the Jagaban himself of Nigerian Toastmaster, Toastmaster Olu Jacob DTM. Congratulations, Jagaban. Congratulations. Congratulations, and congratulations to all speakers as well. Due to the poll, we were unable to vote for our evaluator, the best evaluator. Congratulations to all the evaluators, and for every role player, congratulations to everyone who has stayed till this moment. Thank you for making this meeting a success. We're looking forward to having you at our next meeting, which is usually at LEARNTOR, we usually pick roles. But because our next meeting is a speech contest and the one after that is the independence collaboration meeting. So we would not be picking roles for that. However, I would like to tell our guests who are joined, our intending members, to please wait behind. We just have a 5-minute section with you. But I'd like to call for adjournment of this meeting till the 17th of September. So I need 2 Toastmasters to adjourn and second, please.
Victoria Shomade.
Thank you very kindly, TM Victoria. Who's seconding it, please?
Madam President, if you allow me, I would want Toastmaster Victoria to please retake that adjournment, and let's be intentional about it. So don't just say your name. You have to say, "I, Toastmaster Victoria Shomade, move for."
Yes, that's true. Well, I vote for adjournment of this meeting, and my name is Victoria Shomade. Please pardon me.
Thank you. Thank you, TM Victoria, and thank you, TM Chidi, for that, for bringing
I
that.
second the motion.
Hi, Toastmaster Wale. Thomas, second the motion. For the meeting to be adjourned.
Thank you for beating me to Mr. Wale.
Thank you so kindly. Thank you very kindly. And with that, the meeting is officially called to a close. Thank you. You can still stay back to network while we have our chats with our intending members. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Wale, for always doing this for the club. DCM Olu, thank you for joining us. CM Farah, thank you for joining. We appreciate you. Toastmaster Pamela, my soft life president, thank you for bringing a torch of soft life into this meeting. I don't know how you did that magic with the table topics speakers. You are just outstanding. Our coach, DTM Harriet, you are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Toastmaster Long Toby, thank you. To the VPE team who are not here now, thank you. Thank you so kindly, everyone. And please remember to stay on track for the rest of this year. Make sure you achieve those goals. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President, for thanking us.
CM Abraham.
Thank you.
Thank you, CM Abraham. Thank you so kindly. And thank you for making it your first role that you're playing in the club meeting. Come for the Independence Day meeting and come and play another role. Please come. When you play roles like this, it helps you. It helps you at the meeting.
Abraham,
Yeah,
can you
it
see
does.
that we are blessed among women? We are blessed among women.